What's up, everybody? Zheng here. Welcome to Daily Wisdom. We spend 10-15 minutes to be able to go over some personal growth principles and apply them into your life. We've been going through a series of Jim Rohn's Challenge to Succeed, which if you haven't had a chance, put a one in the chat if you've ever heard of that before, if you've ever listened to that at all. Because if not, I'd highly recommend during this season to take a look at that. Awesome. Yeah, it's great. So take a look at that. These days, you could just YouTube Challenge to Succeed. It is so powerful. So powerful. But we're going through the 5 major pieces of the life puzzle. And today we're going to talk about results. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, tag someone in this, share this with someone, subscribe. We put these all up on our YouTube channel, so we'll tune everything. But great to see you guys. So just as a quick recap, we've gone through 3 of the 5 so far. So if you want to change your life in any area, your health, your finances, your relationships, whatever that it is, here are the 5 places. Number 1 is your philosophies. What do you believe? What do you believe about what it is that you want to transform? So for example, one belief that Jim Rohn taught me when it came to money was that profits are better than wages. I used to think wages were the way to go and get a good, nice, secure job with benefits, and that was the way to get financially secure. And then I realized, and it's very obvious today, that doesn't work as well. Profits are better, to find a way to make a profit. So for example, what you believe in is super important. Number 2 is your attitude on what you believe. Your attitude towards life. Are we a victim mentality, or are we the other side? Is life happening to us, or is it happening for us? I used to think it was to me all the time. I'm like, woe is me, man, this sucks. And then I'm like, oh, it's happening for me. It makes you better. It sharpens you, right? So attitude is important. Number 3 is activity, the miracle process, to do something about what it is that we know and we feel. Activity is what brings the dream to reality, and work always works, whether it works in the result that you want or works on you to make you better. So number 4 now is, why are we doing all this? Is we want to have results. We want to have results. And I'm sure we all want better results, right? So I want you to think today of the areas in life that you want better results in. Maybe it's in your business. Maybe it's in your health. Maybe it's in your relationships, whatever that it is. And think to yourself, this is a good time, right? End of the year, to really reflect on the results itself. And it's interesting because the results, if I'm honest with you, I'm not really good with the results because I like to hide behind other things. I used to have the biggest stories on why my results are the way that they are. You know, my numbers are a certain way. Maybe I have a very stagnant year in my business, and I'd have many good justifications, right? Yeah, definitely fear of failure. We have a lot of different things, right? A lot of things that we talk about to reason and to justify why results are the way that they are. I went on this diet, and all of a sudden, things happen. Thanksgiving happened. How could I? It's just not the right time, right? In my business, well, this change happened, this change happened, this change happened because of that. Well, later on, it's going to be better. But my results right now, they're not where it needs to be. I know, but trust me, it's going to be better. And one of the biggest things that each and every single one of us need to confront is, Jim Rohn says this: the numbers tell the whole story. The numbers tell the whole story of what happened. And that seems very, very harsh, but it is true, because all of us, when we're doing all these different changes in life, we want better results in the areas in our life, don't we? But if we want better results, then we each have to take ownership and responsibility of what those numbers are, and we have to look at it in the right way. Number 1, when you look at the result, don't use it to beat you. Some of us are really good at guilt tripping ourselves. Some of us are really good at looking at the number like, oh man, there it is again, and using it to beat us and to take us down. The number is just a number. The number is not scary, right? Let's say you're running your business and you have X amount of income. It might not be where you want it to be. Don't look at it with like, oh my gosh, this sucks, I'm so bad. Like, none of that. It's just, this is interesting. Jim Rohn says, isn't that interesting? As a way of going about things in life, right? So don't look at the number with like fear or self-deprecation or anything like that, but look at it for learning, right? Look at it for learning. What can we gain from this? What can we assess from this? What can we see from this? there's certain things that if we look at the number, it's not where we want it to be. And I'm sure every one of us have a place in our life that the numbers are not where we want them to be. So in those areas, what can we learn from that? What can we draw from that? How do we tweak them and make it better the next time? So we're looking, for example, with our business right now, we are wrapping up in a couple of days. We have the biggest conference of our entire business year. And we're looking at the amount of people going to the event. And we actually were tracking the numbers. We went to this event 3 years ago for the first time. And then we had another number the year afterwards. And then we have another year now here as well too. And we're looking at it, right? So Becky was telling me the first year we went to this event, we had 10 people. The first time that we went, we had no idea what this event was. And we're just like, all right, let's go see where this is at. The following year, we had around maybe 30 people. This year, now it's looking like maybe we'll be around 50 at this moment, something like that. So we're taking a look at these numbers as they're growing, and we're like, interesting. And the reality is I'm happy for progress, but I'm also discontent because I want more growth. Because we want triple digits, we want more and everything. So I'm thinking to myself, what does the number say about what it is that we're doing? What do your numbers say? What lessons can we draw from them? Put a 2 in the chat if you have an area in your life that you want better numbers in. You want better numbers in. Yeah. So what are we learning from that, right? We have a number anyway, and it's not a scary thing, but it's an interesting thing. And tune in that number. The results tell the name of the name of the game. The results tell the whole story. That's it. And for some of us, I know for many times I would hide behind it and I would never confront it. And if you don't confront your number, I'm telling you, things are never going to change. If you never own up to it and be like, this is what happened and this is what I got, and there it is. That reality, that truth is so important. Some of us are hiding, to be honest, because we don't want to look at the number. It looks scary. But you know what's scarier than not looking at the number? What's scarier is living a life hiding behind that and never changing and going to the end of your life being the exact same and having to come up with an excuse on why life was the way that it was. I don't want that regret. I want to pull off the Band-Aid now and be like, here it is. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. So in the places in our lives that we want to change the results in, we might need to take a brutal reality check on where it is. And just look at that. What does the number say? And then from there, think to yourself, do I want that to change? Do I want that to change? Because if we do, then we have to change up some things as well too, right? For things to change, and we got to change, your moon says. So look at that, and you might want to put some strategies together. You might want to go a different angle of things. You might want to ask for some advice. I'll give you a quick story as we're ending today. So one of my goals in my life was to get a 6-pack. I think it's a guy thing, right? I grew up a chubby kid and I wanted abs, right? I wanted Hawaiian rolls on my body, you know, that type of thing. And I lost some weight and I was doing everything that I thought I was supposed to do. Eating healthy, exercising, right, doing the right thing. And I would always stay stagnant and I would never be able to see my abs all the way. I would see like a little cut, a little ridge here and there, but I would never see the abs all the way. And I got so frustrated. And you know what happened is I actually justified in my mind. I admit, I said, you know, my body's just different. My body's just different. This thing's impossible. Some other people can get abs, but I can't. So what I did initially was with my results, I justified it by making an excuse for myself. And then you know what happened is one day I had someone in my team get a 6-pack. And then he actually helped other people get 6-packs as well too. And I started to see that my excuse was not holding up really well because all these other people were getting abs and I wasn't. So I lowered my ego. And I went up to my teammate and I asked him for some advice. And to be honest, I was a little scared. I was like, man, like, I don't know if there's going to be anything different, but I asked him, I'm like, so how do you get abs? And he gave me such a simple answer. It basically dealt with protein count and it basically dealt with knowing how much calories you need to take in and using our health program and all that. And he gave me such a simple idea. I'm like, oh, I didn't do that. And when I did that, you know what happened is 40 days later, for the first time in my life, I lost 25 pounds. I got abs. I had six pack. And from then on, I now have 24/7 abs, which was a goal. But I bring that up because if I didn't confront the results, and if I didn't look for a different way, then the results would have been completely different. So with each of us in our lives right now, as we're going into December, wow, what are the results that we want to change? How do we tweak it and make it different? And how do we end this year strong? Why not end this year like you would launch next year? Is what I've been telling the team. End this year like you would launch next year, and tweak it up and run differently. So hopefully that puts some food to thought. Put a 5 in the chat if you have some ideas now. You're like, okay, I have an idea of a direction to go, something to focus on, something to move towards to. Awesome, awesome. And glad for you guys to be here. So, hey guys, that's the end of our daily wisdom today. If you're interested in this type of things, share this, like this, follow us every morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. We go through with this. As of this Friday, we're not going to do one because of our event, but tomorrow we'll have our last one of this week. We'll also put this on our YouTube channel. And if you want to join our Zoom room, anyone's welcome to join this. It's great to see you guys and chat with you guys and everything. So I see Angie's here and my wife's here and Carol and Annette and Stacy and Diane, Jill, Julie, Melissa, Pam. It's always great to see you all. It's fun since it feels like we're in the same room and everything. But other than that, we'll see you guys back on tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Let's conquer today. Let's make this better than the last day. Now that, great to see you.